Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Hello, hello, and welcome at another Bring the Magic Live. We have arrived in October. And October is the month where the leaves are falling, where we are searching inside of ourselves, where we might like already long for the next summer. So it will be a beautiful, beautiful moment for me to guide you towards having that dot on the horizon, finding your soul purpose. I've had many beautiful conversations this last summer with a lot of souls that are actually on their soul path, that are actually like in that unfolding of who they really are and finding what feels good. And at the same time, they feel like, but this is not it. Or they feel like, oh, but like I have a sense of what my soul purpose is, but it seems so super big. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust it. So different viewpoints on soul purpose. What for me soul purpose actually means is that you can take your place in this world and fully be yourself. You don't have to be anyone else to fulfill your soul purpose. It doesn't have to change a million lives. It can just change the lives of the people that you meet on your way, or even a small number of people that are searching for the way of guidance that you can provide them. So don't make it too big, don't make it too small either, because your soul also wants to be all in on it. So sometimes we get a push from the universe that pushes us out of our comfort zone and says, okay, it's time to share it with a wider audience, to share your gift. So that's why you are here. That's why I am here, actually, here in the Bring the Magic Live here on YouTube. It's pushing me out of my comfort zone every time, and still there is something more. I know it. I know there is something more. So every time I am challenged to really connect to myself and to find a topic to talk about bringing your magic to the world. And I know that a lot of people, when they hear soul purpose, they get like a little freaked out. And that's why I want to record this one, so I can help you and show you 7 ways in which you can find your soul purpose. And also with that, I want to break the myth a little bit of that your soul purpose is just one thing. Like setting up a school for orphans in Africa or something like that. That can be a beautiful way to show your soul purpose. So I'm not saying that that is not a purpose, but your soul purpose can be expressed in many ways, shapes, or forms. You can start a project like I just mentioned, or you can write a book about your passions or about your personal journey. You can just live your life the most authentic way you possibly can and live your soul purpose at the same time. So I want to break that myth by showing you 7 ways to find your purpose. Are you ready? Okay, number 1. I wanted to start with this one because living your soul purpose, finding your soul purpose means following your joy. Following your joy, that's why I started with a nice, like, catchy song that I was listening to, and but just before the recording, and I was just like, yeah, let's stay in that vibration, because that's the vibration I really want to transmit in the video, and I really want to feel good about everything that I do in my day. So following your joy is super important. Sometimes when we are on that soul path or have like something to achieve according to ourselves, then it's sometimes lacking a little bit of joy. We become too serious, and becoming too serious also narrows down the energy and the potential with which you can create. So following your joy and also tuning in once in a while with yourself. Am I still on the path of joy? It's super important to find your purpose, because your purpose is all about being your authentic self and doing what feels good. Because when you do what feels good, you are in alignment with your true essence. So joy is a beautiful indicator. And for those of you who think that you will just travel the world and go on a holiday all of your life, don't worry, your joy will also lead you to the right connections, to lead you to doing a beautiful course that has your interest, or yeah, finding that place in the world where you really feel, oh, this is where I can be of value to other people. So finding what feels good and following your joy will ultimately truly lead you to your purpose. Number 2, find your unique qualities. The myth that I also want to break is that in order for you to be of value to the world, you have to become somebody that you're not. You have to become somebody, or you like a somebody in the eyes of other people. I want to break that myth, because there is nothing wrong with you. You are already perfect just the way you are. Uh, and embracing all of who you are and discovering your unique qualities and combining those qualities together will ultimately lead you to your soul purpose. I will give you a beautiful example of Julia, who did a course with me. She was a chef, and she had been on that path of becoming a chef for years and successfully working in a restaurant before she was walking her Camino. And when she arrived in Finisterre at the end of the Camino, then she realized, like, yeah, I'm like burned out by that passion. Like, I don't have a passion for cooking anymore because it's so stressful, the work that I do. And then we did a workshop where she got to rediscover her unique qualities and had a beautiful discovery about there is so much more inside of her that actually inspired her to start cooking. And that is the healer inside of her. And it was a beautiful recognition of a part of her that was long lost and forgotten. And by adding that to the mix of being a great chef, she was inspired to create more recipes that are with healing purposes for people that are going through life with some kind of disease, or that have like a weak heart, or anything that she could like, yeah, that food can help you with. Children with ADHD, or people with stress. Like, there is food that is beneficial to them and that can help them live a more balanced life. And she found that by discovering her unique qualities and looking at the full picture of who she is. And that is also what I want for you, for all of you. So I have a beautiful course that's named Uncover Your Soul Mission. And it's actually about uncovering all of the beautiful soul qualities, or AKA soul powers, that you have inside of you that make you who you are, that make you unique, and that make the perfect grounds for finding that soul purpose. Because the soul purpose is a combination of everything that you are, so that you can play full out and be your authentic self. If you want to know more about that, check out my website and on the soultravel.com. There will be more information for you there. And right now, I want to continue with number 3. So the third way of finding your soul purpose will be to check in with your timeline. Check in, what is the red thread throughout your life? What is that theme that keeps coming back to you, or that motivates you to make choices in your life? If you look a little bit back and a little bit forward, you will probably find something that keeps coming back to you. And some people say you can go back to your childhood. What were your interests as a child? What were you very passionate about when you were growing up? But you don't always have to go back that far. Because if you look back just like 5 or 10 years, and or from the moment that you truly decided, no, I'm going to walk my own path, I'm going to find out what feels good, I'm going to find my passions, and I'm not going to follow the crowd anymore. What did you find out? Where did that lead you? What did you do? Where did you go? What teachers were interesting to you? I will come back to that later. um, and also, what challenges have you overcome? What is your personal journey, your personal story? And with that story, see all of the beautiful qualities you developed because of it. Because finding that red thread of your life can help you to find the value that you will have for other people that are maybe on the same path as you, or not on the same, of course, because it's yours, but that are in a similar path or in a similar challenge in life, and that you have found a way through, and that you can teach them. So you can also see this point, number 3, as like your hero's journey. What is your hero's journey? What challenges have you overcome? What are the directions that you've chosen in life? Why did you do that? And just look back a few years and see, like, okay, what are the choices that you've made, and why did you make them? And especially the choices that came from an urge, and that can be an outside circumstance or something inside of you that you really felt, okay, now I have to do something, I have to change this. And yeah, look at that theme of yours, and in that theme, most probably there are 2 parts hidden. One part is the thing that you want to get away from, or that you got away from, and the strongest desire that you have for your future. Once you have those 2 elements, and create your timeline around it, and notice how much you actually know about that topic, it's going to help you to find your purpose, because your purpose and your life are interwoven with each other incredibly. There's nothing that is like a surprise to the universe. And there are no mistakes in the universe either. So however challenging your life has been, it has led you to learn valuable lessons in life. And you are probably here to first learn them yourself, and maybe even help others learn them as well. So check out your timeline and find your purpose. I already said it a little bit, but there is also another way for you to find your purpose, or to find like a position or an image of yourself in the world. And you can look at other people. It's a very like slippery slope, because sometimes we feel like, oh, we have to become like them, but it's not about that. It's about the people that truly inspire you, that resonate with you on a deep, deep level, that you admire, and that you really feel that, like, oh, like if I could be much more like that person, or if I could stand next to her or have lunch with them, that would be so awesome. So think about the people that inspire you, and start to recognize yourself in them. Because our teachers or inspirations are merely here to remind us of who you really are and where your potential lies. So do you have like a singer or songwriters that really inspire you? Like, what resonates most with you? Find out these themes that they talk about, their passions, and realize, like, hey, we have that in common. And in that way, find out who you are. The same goes for gurus, writers, public speakers that inspire you. There's always some kind of resonance with the people that we follow, the information that they share, and with the potential that you carry inside of your soul and inside of your heart. So it will be a beautiful, beautiful assignment for you to write down like 2 or 3 people that truly inspire you and write down some of their qualities. And write those qualities down like as long a list as you can. And then on the you can write that like on one page and use like 2 columns. You can write that down. So you write the name of the person, and then you write, oh, you are so you are so talented, you are so gifted in bringing your words out, you are an inspiration to many. All of this that you admire in that person, and become also as specific as possible. Like you're open-hearted, you're generous, you're wise, beautiful qualities like that. And then there comes, like I said, you resonate with that person for a reason, because there is some part of your soul that recognizes himself or herself in that person. So on the right side of the page, you will write the exact same qualities and state them as I am statements. And that way you will start to, you will start to grow your confidence and say like, wow, what I see in others really, that is also what's resonating inside of me. And it's time to own it. It's time to really claim those powers and those qualities. An amazing exercise, and I hope you like it. Once you're done with that exercise, just let me know what are the qualities that you are really like freaking out in and saying like, oh, I have to say that about myself. Yes, I would love to hear, because the moment that you speak it in your own voice, and you speak it out loud to yourself, or maybe even to yourself in the mirror, this is really going to change a lot of your empowerment, of the vision that you have about yourself. So I'd love to hear from you how that went. And then number 5, the 5th way of finding your purpose. Tell me, what ignites your inner fire? What do you really get excited about? What are you really passionate about? Or what really calls out the rebel inside of you? Because there is always like a part of the world, or a part of humanity, or part about life that we really, really, really feel passionate about. And it can be either like horses and horse training, and talk about all horses, or it can be to travel, and especially Spanish talking countries, like in South America and Spain, and the beautiful islands around Spain. And anything that really ignites that fire inside of you, that is also a way, like kind of similar, about following your joy, but also like really digging a little bit deeper and saying like, but what are you really passionate about? Or what can really wind you up inside? And I'm actually calling it like these 2 sides, because our inner fire can be ignited by motivation, and it can also be ignited by something that like that we relate to anger and frustration. Like the rebel inside of us gets awakened and say, okay, this part, no, I'm just gonna like make my life all about saving the stray cats in Finisterre, for example. Or that you say like, no, for me, like when I see elderly people being lonely, it just breaks my heart. I just, wow, this is something that I really want to change, and want to bring change to. Really listening to what is that fire inside of you saying. There's some beautiful exercises that I do inside my one-on-one coaching, when we go through the 5 elements of creation, and that is about really finding that inner fire. Some of us are already like super fiery people, and some of us are like, yeah, I don't know, I don't really have a fire. And that's not like something good or bad. It's just something that you that you want to be curious about and say like, okay, what ignites your inner fire? I'm also not a very fiery person, but then when I get like actively involved in something that I'm super passionate about, suddenly there's like a lot of energy boost coming through. And that is when I follow my joy, then I come into my fire. So there's different ways to do that. If you have any questions about that, just reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. Number 6, the sixth way of finding what is your soul purpose is also creating a bigger vision. What do you want the world to be like? If there was one thing that you could change in the world, what would it be? And journal on this question, meditate on it, or maybe it comes into your consciousness like every few days or every week, just saying like, no, you really have to change this. So maybe you feel super rebellious when it comes to all the plastic in the world, and you say like, oh my God, we have to do something about all this pollution and using so much plastic. I want to want to do something with this topic and make the world a better place in that way. Or maybe you're more having more resonance with orphans, with children that grow up without parents, and you say like, no, I really want to create spaces where they feel heard and seen and loved. And I'm super passionate about helping orphan children. Or there is something about food that you feel like, oh my God, the way that food tastes at this time, at this moment, when I buy a mango or when I buy an avocado, it's not really tasting like it should be. So you want to do more with organic produce, or you say like, no, let's all live in harmony with each other and create beautiful community-based activities in my town, in the place where I live. Anything that you feel called to. When I ask that question, what kind of world do you want to live in? That is what is leading you towards your soul purpose. So go and journal on it, meditate on it, and you will find clarity, because there is a big vision for this world, and it's coming through in your colors, in your language, in your way of perceiving the world for a reason, because you are here to do something about that, to create that vision, to make it a reality. And I'm super enthusiastic always when I feel that people really have found that vision and that are really like taking the effort, taking the actions necessary to make it happen. I'm super, it feels empowering to see that happen around me, and I really want to create a whole like web of people that do that, so that we can support each other. So that's how I see the world. I see that if everybody truly wants to live their soul potential and live their soul purpose, we all have to get inspired by each other and connect to each other on that deeper level. So that's what the vision for the new world is, according to my heart and soul. And that's what I am creating here in the Bring the Magic live podcasts, or how do you say that, vlogs, and in our tribe. So if you feel called to join us in the Bring the Magic Soul Purpose Tribe, feel free to do so. We're on Facebook at this moment, and there will also be some beautiful programs coming up where we can connect to each other. And I'm very, very sure that also the Soul Fistera Spiritual Center that I've created this year is probably related to that big vision. So I feel I'm on purpose, and that all the expressions that come through me are exactly in line with that big vision. So finding your vision and like giving voice to it in any way that you can, that is leading you to find your purpose. And then last but not least, we have come to number 7, and soul purpose guidance. comes through your soul. And I have said it many, many ways. We do soul activations, we do meditations, we do everything to connect you back to your authentic truth, to that soul essence and your wisdom inside of you, because that guidance system is definitely leading you to your soul purpose. I have some beautiful examples as well for myself. It was 5 years ago when I really felt like, and what's next? I don't know. And then my soul, or like some spirit guides, just came into my consciousness during a meditation, and they yelled in my ear, El Camino. I've told you this story before, so I'm not going to go into it, but listening to my soul in that moment really led me into a stream of coincidences and meetings and arriving in places that I really needed to see and needed to be in. That ultimately led me to come and live here in Finisterre at the end of the world and opening our spiritual center. So yeah, all of the dreams that I had before are becoming a reality because I am daring to listen to that soul guidance and connect to it daily. So there's 3 things that you can do to let your soul guide you to your soul purpose, or actually 4. But basically what you can do yourself is meditate daily and build that connection with your soul, and start to communicate with your soul, start to invite it into your life regularly or actively. Ask questions. So that's number 2. Ask for guidance. Ask like, okay, what do you want me to do next? Where do you want me to go? Who do you want me to meet? What do you want me to say? Anything that you want guidance on, ask it during those meditations. And then number 3 is dare to let go and let yourself be guided. So that's the most challenging sometimes, because sometimes we get guidance that is so far out of our own perception or so far out there that like, oh, but why should I do that? And then our mind gets in the way. So 3, allowing yourself to truly listen to the guidance and follow it is crucial to finding your purpose. And I already said there is a 4th way of finding your purpose, and that is, of course, joining me in my Awaken Your Soul Powers program. And I'm lovingly inviting you to join us in the Awaken Your Soul Powers program. I will guide you through different methods, like that, the ones that I've guided you on today. We will go deeper into that in a six-week intensive immerse program of really, really connecting back to your soul, connecting back to your soul powers. So that are your unique qualities, and truly owning what you came here to do in this life. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Follow your joy. If you get inspiration, go do it. If you have like second guessing yourself in some way because your purpose feels too big or too scary, reach out to me. There is always something that you can do today. So yeah, don't scare away from your soul purpose, but embrace it with both arms, because that is your way to happiness. I'm super confident about that. If you have any questions about me and my story, I'm happy to connect with you. So leave a comment below this video or reach out to me on one of my channels, on my Instagram or on the Facebook group. I have enjoyed this new episode of Bring the Magic Live. I wish you all a beautiful new moon cycle, and I hope to see you next month. Ciao.